अगर कोविड के हवाले से देखें तो आई थिंक कोविड में तीन चार चीज़ें हैं. एक तो देयर इज़ द हेल्थ part of COVID or the epidemiological virological part of COVID, and then there is the economic impact of COVID or आप उसको lockdown का impact भी कह सकते हैं. जो epidemiological part है, I think the government has tried its best to do what it can. So तकरीबन 4.5 लाख लोगों के tests हो चुके हैं. In the beginning, the tests we started off very early, but we were limited by the number of testing capability in Pakistan. So we're doing good testing now. There is now advice about smart testing. So government अपनी methodology change की है. They are now doing sort of more random samples being picked from across the country to really know कि किस हद तक का spread हो गया है मुल्क के अंदर, या कितने लोगों को already जो COVID है वो कर चुका हुआ है. We have good dashboards that are being updated on a daily basis. So, I mean, considering Pakistan एक 220 million का मुल्क है, we are about 900,000 of square kilometers of area. So on a daily basis, the dashboard gets updated. It's publicly available. It's उसकी जो आप details देखें तो वो fairly अच्छी available है. So I would say that with the epidemiological data, the government has done fairly a good job, and with I think the Digital Pakistan team, उसका जो उनका जो campaign part है या advocacy part है, they try to come up with very innovative ways. So the ringtone is a great use of an innovative technology to make the masses hear the voice without incurring a lot of expenditure. So I think जो हमारी 15 साल की investment है of creating large scale IT infrastructure, that's all paying off in this form. अगर आप economy की बात कर लें, I think that's where the data is failing us. So we are almost 2 months down in the lockdown. The government does not really have very clear indicators of what the unemployment number is. I mean, so organizations like us are coming up with some numbers. Biden is coming up with estimates. As opposed to this, US में they have a very clear understanding कि कितने लोग unemployed हो गए हैं, कितनों ने bankruptcies file कर दिए हैं, कितनों ने क्या कर दिया है. We also have a very shortage of data in terms of, for example, the state bank. So the state bank comes up, and that's an example of, in my view, an example of lack of data leading to policy not working. So the state bank comes up with the policy, and they call it as an SME policy, and they say that this policy is going to stop SMEs from firing other people. The policy is कि आपको 5% पे एक discounted rate पे interest rate मिल जाएगा, आप हमसे कर्जा ले लें, आप अपने employees को fire ना करें. And then a few weeks down the lane, the State Bank is able to give us a number कि 1,000 या 1,500 firms have applied SME financing के लिए, and they show it as a good progress, or they say that 7 लाख लोगों की employment जो है वो बच गई है. Forgetting that there are 3 million SMEs, and us being able to affect them with this instrument of 1,000 is a very, very small number. So on the economy side, I think the data is very slow. Why is it slow? The government has had a complete monopoly over creating the economic data. So Pakistan में PBS है या State Bank है, ये दो इदारे हैं जो data create करते हैं इकोनॉमी के हवाले से. तो अनटिल वो कोई क्रिएट करेंगे तो हमारे तक कुछ आएगा. हमारा लोकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कहाँ है? Why is there no Rand Corporation equivalent? Why is there no Carnegie Endowment in Pakistan? Why is there no think tank who's able to create indigenous data? Why do we need donors to fund us? Why is the philanthropic sector in this country only beset on financing mosques in the country, only financing universities that are producing numbers but not. So I think in the COVID times we have a good case study. We have a crisis. We are a 220 million country. We have very complex governance mechanisms, and the data flows are working, but then they are not working. And that creates a very mixed picture. From my perspective, it's a mixed picture. I just add one more point to this. I think one of the problems is that the government needs to be held accountable. So when the government throws in numbers, there is no accountability. So I give you one example. The government threw us a number of 1.2 trillion being thrown in as a COVID uh, package, COVID rescue package. And if you look at it, I mean, I think a few weeks down the lane, people started to look at it, and then they realized that 100 billion of circular debt is being paid through that rescue package. About 300 billion of wheat procurement is being packed in that rescue package. Uh, very easy to pick problems in the data, but we don't have data journalists in the country. We don't have economic journalists who are able to pick such things. So it's not just the government. It's also a societal demand and a societal understanding, a civil society coming in and holding the government accountable by throwing the numbers to them and asking that you're doing this the wrong way. In my view, the data works in an ecosystem. We have the government, we have the data producers, but we have the civil society being an absolute dead wood in terms of the data part.